Hello Earth Angels, Namaste. I missed you so much and I love you so much. Today's post is about know your values. Yes, know your values. Who are you as a person? What is your life purpose? And how do you protect your boundaries that is supposed to come natural? We both have agreed that the first 7 years of our life are the most important years in our life because that is the time that the subconscious mind is being developed and influenced by our parents, society, school, childhood, where to play and how we play and with whom, but mainly our parents. And before I even go further, most of the parents on planet Earth do love their children. And if they didn't have time to spend with them, they had to make a living. They had to earn money for food, for shelter, for education. So let us not at all blame our parents or any parents out there because this is how they grew up. This is how their subconscious mind in the very first 7 years in their life was conditioned by their parents, right, Valentino? Say hello to everybody. Say hello. Good boy. Yeah, so back to know your value. Not everybody as a child was told, I love you. Not everyone as a child was told, I care about you. So many mothers out there and so many fathers out there, they already became parents at a very young age with no experience. They didn't have an education, they didn't even have time to study or money to study. And before they even know that relationship at the teenager age led to marriage at the correct thing to do in society. And now it's a teenager having a child. So of course, that child will grow up as an adult because he or she was not told I love you or I care about you or I'm proud of you. That child will develop lack of confidence and lack of self-esteem, will not have any boundaries, and that's a very serious, dangerous social status because so many people out there will feed on that soft, sweet, kind person who doesn't have boundaries, who doesn't have self-confidence and self-esteem. So, when it comes to self-confidence, it's a journey. I believe most of us, we were not born confident, we developed confidence. And there is a major difference between self-confidence and self-esteem. Self-confidence, a lot of times in our job, we were not confident. We had to practice. We had to repeat the task and how to speak and how to behave. And so many times in our jobs, we were not confident at all, but we had to develop that confidence for the meeting to be successful, for the job to be done properly, for management to take care of us, because without confidence, we cannot work, right? So it's a skill we develop on a daily basis. Meanwhile, self-esteem, back to the parents, tell your child, I love you, I care about you. Self-esteem is how you think about yourself, what you feel about yourself, what you know about yourself and myself. Again, I'm not different to you. I work on myself every day, and I do take our posts seriously with passion. Whenever I'm about to do a post, I always go within myself and ask myself about the integrity, honesty, and transparency that is driven by my passion from my heart. What is it, the post that I need to make, or I feel, or I'm channeled by the universe, by the beautiful angelic realm, that I myself learn every post I make. So, self-esteem is a very beautiful daily work where you, yourself, myself, everybody, wake up in the morning and look at that mirror and tell yourself, I love you. I am proud of you. I will always be there for you. And those few minutes, the minute you wake up in the morning and you look at that mirror, you shift your paradigm. And paradigm is a very complicated, sophisticated childhood, subconscious mind conditioning, how you feel about yourself. And if it's not a good feeling, by telling yourself on a daily basis in the mirror, I love you, I care about you, I'm proud of you, you shift your paradigm and your subconscious mind develops with the heart again, self-esteem that will help you to develop boundaries, know your value, know who you are. And when it comes to boundaries, I'm talking about emotional boundaries, mental boundaries, confidence boundaries, decision boundaries, even at work, even among your family, your husband, your wife, your friends. No one ever is allowed to make you feel less of yourself. So this is my humble advice for every parent out there. Tell your child, I love you, I care about you, I am proud of you, even when they make mistakes. I know when it comes to parenthood, there are red lines of being strict and determined, and I do agree with that. That's the way it is. If you are too liberated and too free, the children will not listen to you as they become teenagers. I'm talking about the support and the morals and the beautiful emotions you tell them. Like some parents out there, again back to self-value, some parents out there, because they work all the time, or they travel all the time, or they have to leave the country to provide for the education of the children is with either the mommy or the daddy or the grandparents. Moms and dads feel guilty. So that guilt makes them have an overcompensation for not being there, and they fall into the entrapment of the emotional blackmail of the children or the teenager. Yes, emotional blackmail. When the parents feel guilty that she or he has not been there for the child, and they were traveling all the time to provide money and education, so that children are very intelligent, and they will emotionally blackmail parents, and in return, the mom or the dad, to cover up for the guilt as an overcompensation, they start buying them gifts and monies and cars as a teenagers and. So these are the values not to be taught for children or teenagers, because as they grow up, they will learn by social conditioning and parent conditioning that I will have everything, I have everything, and I am to be spoiled all the time. So when they go in society, they fail to meet the criteria of psychology or philosophy or being an active society members. Even they developed narcissistic persona, or they develop codependency or combination together. So many things out there, but this post is specifically about know your value. I'll give you a specific example. When it comes to being yourself working in a company or a job, or for example, years and years back, I did modeling as a catwalk model, and I traveled the world even as a flight attendant. Now, whatever your job is, whether you are in the hospital, in the office, in management, in therapy, in healing, in yoga, whatever your job is, when you climb the ladder, like in my case before when I was a model years and years back again, I had to do so many jobs I'm not happy about, but I had to do them because of the finance to carry on in life and to pay for the bills and to study more about what I'm doing now. That's years and years back. So I did sacrifice. On the other hand, I did help myself with education about the Reiki, the meditation, the crystals, the yoga, the therapy, and I love psychology and philosophy, and all the posts I learned with you. And back to you. So when you have developed that skill and you escalated with that skill so high, and that is your level of morals, ethics, principles, integrity, transparency, do not compromise and do not allow anybody to cross that boundary. So this is my humble advice. The more you respect yourself, the more you appreciate yourself, the more you value yourself, people will mirror how we feel about ourselves. Yes, we can all make mistakes and fall into some entrapments, and we learn. I was a shy person, I still am a shy person, and up to 2 years back, I promised, for example, to be transparent and share with you. Up to maybe even a year ago or so, my kind heart and my passion for expansion used to allow me to not protect my boundary, to not protect what I'm telling you now, and fell into the entrapment of doing so many jobs with passion, but with less payment and less for what I deserve. Yet, as I'm learning with you, as I escalated, and I still am developing my skills, my talents, studying something new every day, I promise you, for you, minimum I sit per day at least 2 hours to develop my psychology, my philosophy, my energy, my therapy, because life is learning. The point is, when you are a freelancer in any field in the world or independent on your own, you will be approached by so many companies, so many, for example, wedding planners in terms of society, or event planners. Whatever your job is, again, as a therapist, as a yoga, as a hospital, as a nurse, as an office person, when you have liberation to work on your own as a freelancer, people will try to feed on that, and they will approach you to do so many jobs for free. Say no. Again, when you have developed your skills and when you have developed your structure and strategy and gratitude again and humbleness, and in life, action speaks louder than words. Whatever your job is, when you levitate your skill and when you always raise the bar, raising your own bar, say no to anyone, any person, any place, any event planner, anyone who tries to pay you less, because again, it is our birthright to earn happy money, to earn a living, to have a nice home, to have a nice life, because when it comes to you paying the bills, nobody will pay your electricity or water or gas or education for your children. See how my passion again make me detour from the subject, but I know how to get back into it. So I learned how to protect my value, and I made a post a while back asking everybody around the world to stop self-betrayal. You can find it both on Insta and Facebook a while back, preferably on Facebook as well, because it is a longer explanation. I was wearing purple and carrying a bouquet of flowers. Again, I was wearing purple, carrying a bouquet of flowers. That title of the post is Stop Self-Betrayal. Now, when you compromise, when you give, for example, for charity, or when you know some people cannot pay the money, by all means, do the work with passion, and do not even tell people that you did that charity work, because that is something between you and Almighty God and the angels, and that's your intention to do the service. Service becomes significance, becomes success, service, service, and service. But when somebody tries to manipulate you or cross the boundaries or give you excuses like they're providing you with so many events and they want you to take less for your money, even free, say no, completely no. Only you can protect your boundaries. Only you will know your value, and this way you know within your heart that you have a self-confident persona, a high self-esteem that is willing to accept guidance. Yes, every one of us is willing to accept guidance from people who know better than me, people who know better than you out there, who are giving you guidance for your benefit, till you find a place, a space that you're so happy with that collaboration. Like my meditation yesterday, that's a beautiful place where I'm so happy with that collaboration. And that is why I decided to make a post, to know your value, to appreciate yourself, to know what you're capable of, what is your life purpose, who are you as a person, why are you here, and to rise and shine. Creativity, like orange I'm wearing, this is the color of creativity, the sacral chakra over here. A different subject, different post again, but creativity is the core value for all of us, and saying the truth. So I woke up this morning and I wanted to make a post about know your value. And with knowing your value, I want you to know you are special, beautiful, abundant, holy, magnificent. Your birthright to be happy and to live with abundance. Love yourself, accept yourself, be proud of yourself, tell your children I love you, and on the way, a colleague, a friend, a stranger who needs your support, to levitate and to save them from depression and to make them know their value, go ahead. You have the full support of the angelic realm and Almighty God and service. Till we meet again, love you all so much. Namaste, Chamuel of Light.